All right, welcome. We've got Pat over here,
Yeah.
and business.
Senator from Senator Solutioning Services.
That's him. That's the
Hey,
senator. Yeah, we let him on the podcast because he offered me a discount for whatever his company does. Pat,
they're
how?
called biz gifts, man. You gotta. I mean,
Okay.
that's like my bread and butter.
Yeah, I
Why do
know.
you
I
think?
just don't like saying the goofy names all the time.
Goofy
Oh,
names.
okay.
Wait,
Maybe,
hold
well,
up.
Like
we're
the
talking.
thing, like how restaurants have like weird names for their food sometimes.
This is brand recognition, so this is important to me.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna be promoting my brand, then I'm sorry, I gotta take my business elsewhere. I'm
Okay.
gonna reach
Okay.
out to
You
the
know.
DPR people, and you know,
I scratch
The
your
deep-
back, you scratch mine, Rod. You know the rules.
All right. All
Exactly.
right.
That's how business works.
Actually, that reminds me. I was like, that reminds me of like a weird story. Me and my family went out to Eastside Mario's, which is like an Italian chain restaurant for my birthday.
Mario's.
Yeah, and I was trying to decide what to get, and I saw the spaghetti, and I thought of this, and I was almost dying, and I was like crying almost, and I leaned over to my brother, and I said, "What if I ordered the spaghetti, but when the waitress came over, I asked for spaghetti and meatballs?" And I thought that was the funniest thing. And then the waitress came over halfway while I was like thinking about it, and I was like, I had to think fast, and I ordered something else because I didn't want to say Paschetti out loud to another adult.
that's
Yeah.
great.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of when, what's it called? I had a similar situation, only I thought, I hope she made lots of spaghetti, and I whispered it to my brother, who was really into YouTube poops at the time because he was only like 8, and he started laughing really hard, and he fell out of his seat.
All right,
Oh God.
shit. So what's going on, boys? How's your week's been? How's Christmas time treating you?
It's good.
Oh yeah. This is great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm glad to have time off from school so that my hair doesn't all fall out.
Same, mine's been falling out too.
Yeah, I've been going bald at age 19. And look at me.
Yeah, I need
Yeah, I
to get
don't have that
shots in my
problem,
scalp.
Because what we do over at the company is, we're having deliveries coming in all the time, and sometimes you get roadkill. So we like to call them little road treats. And what I've been doing is I've been solutioneering a great success solution. I just grab the rats, the squirrels that we find on the ground, and I just kind of tattoo them on my head. And I'm telling you, I mean, we are creating all sorts of fashion success solutions doing that. It looks great. If you want, I can send you some pictures afterwards. And if you want to get in the photo shoot, I mean, since you guys might be in need of some Rogaine or something like that, I can hook you up. I'll tell you, I got this bisected rabbit. There's like, it's kind of like buy two get one free. Because we got a whole family of them. But I can hook you up with that. I got like all sorts of tattoo artists that I've been bringing in. I mean, most of them are from the Philippines. We don't like to call it human trafficking. I like to call it leveraging international talent. But I think it could really help you guys out. So if you're interested, just send me a direct mail or a shout out. I'm happy to hook you up.
All right, I'll have to take your offer up on that one.
Yeah, I'll hit you up
Do you-
later, but
do you
I
have
hate
any-
to burst your bubble, but I think fur hats already exist, man. Made with the
No,
same
that's not fur
roadkill.
hats. This is like a fur hat that you can never take off, and also it smells really bad.
Oh, so it's like an upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were we were
Listen,
experimenting.
it doubles as fly repellent because they all drop dead around you as you walk.
Well, that's true. And, I mean, like we've been getting a lot of support from the furry community. I've been hitting up the Anthrocons left and right, and let me tell you, I mean, a lot of these furries can't afford musk. They can't afford like the deer urine, and so they're trying to go with the organic effect. And with a lot of these tattooed wigs, it's giving them a little bit of that furry sting, and so a little bit goes a long way. So just another way of expanding our market.
Well, I say why not just go big or go home and sew a whole like a whole like fairy suit out of dead animals.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we're
figured
working our way up there.
maybe like a premium package.
Yeah, you could probably
Well-
find like a whole posse of dead possums on like the side of the highway and just like meld those into one big fursuit.
Oh yeah.
That's a good idea. Can I steal that? Like the possum posse?
Yeah, you could. Well, I got the
Yeah.
copyright trademark on it, so you're gonna have to give me 25 cents every single time you say it. So cough up
Yeah,
the dough,
well,
big boy.
we'll circle down on that, and because I want to be above board around that. But maybe could we change the currency? You see, I only deal in like Peruvian Nuevo Soles, that and the Zimbabwean dollar. So one or the other.
Hey, how many Zimbabwe dollars do we have in our account, Pat? In the cringe count?
We've got a couple trillion, but they're all worthless.
Fuck, it's barely any. You can't buy bread with that. We'll have to get back to you on that one. In the meantime, why don't you tell all our faithful listeners what your blog at the Three Knitter is all about?
Yeah, well, you don't have to pronounce the three. It's just
It's
the senator. Yeah, the three is silent, so it's just the senator at .tumblr.com. And if you guys need biz gifts, if you guys need biz tips, we've got you covered. Our whole bread and butter. Excuse me. I think I told you guys. I was doing a little bit of a smoking contest with the Mad Men party we were having, messing up a little bit. But our bread and butter is it's success solutions and solutionary. So we provide motivational advice. We provide inspirational advice. And whenever you've got a question that needs answering, because here at Senator we like to call them questions, not problems. It keeps things positive. When you got a question that needs answering, we are your go-to guys. So I'd like to ask everybody, just come over to us. Send us a direct message. We'll get on your question, and we'll come up with a great success solution that's going to fit your lifestyle and fit your needs.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. And I'm sure a few people out there might be aware of a few things that you're famous for, and that's your petition to not petition, but campaign to exterminate all asexuals.
Undying hatred.
Yeah, the undying hatred that you have for asexuals and their disgusting means of reproduction, known as mitosis, wherein they split on a molecular level and create two separate human beings, and also your ordeal with the trans community on Tumblr, more oftenly known in the media as Transformers, and the Decepticons among them.
Well, it's simple, right? If you do the math, and we got a lot of mathematicians. Now, I myself, I'm a hustler. I'm not a mathematician. So, I leave that to the accounting department. But if you do the math with asexuals and mitosis, there's just not enough resources to go around in the world. And so, they're leveraging all this hate on themselves just by talking about ace and ace safe spaces and keeping the aces in their places and having ace space. Well, there's not enough spaces for the aces to begin with. So for us, what we want to do is we want to create an omnicidal solution, which we call an OS. We want to do an OS upgrade for the Earth where we wipe out all of these asexuals because, they're reproducing at an alarming rate. They're going to fill up the Earth. They're not going to stop, because you ever ask an ace to stop, you know what they're going to do? They're going to bitch and complain like they always do. And instead of using that sort of negativity, I want to turn it into a positive action. Exterminate them, give us more space. Space without the aces. Well, that leaves SP. The two letters SP. What can you do with SP? You can create all kinds of new words with that. You can create special. You can create species. But while I'm saying that, I don't want to show any sort of relation to furries. We're also very vehemently anti-furry. We've had a lot of bad experiences with them, hiring them. But
hold on, wait. I thought you were marketing the furries earlier with your big bit.
It's called business.
You gotta watch how close you get to people, right? Because if you get too close and you mess up your sort of brand recognition with the furries, DeviantArt is good enough for us. We don't want to get involved in fur affinity. It's the same thing like Roblox.
Okay,
Second Life, that's kind of okay. But as soon as you're going to Furcadia, whoa, that's a little too, So, but anyway, to get back on the asexuals, we want to keep the aces in their places with our OS solution. That's why we designed the Cloud Final solution. Leveraging the telecom network and leveraging all these cloud solutions that are coming out. So we can exterminate them more efficiently. And then with the trans community, this is something I don't understand, because with the trans community, they're so divided. And it really is, I mean, it's that simple. Are you the Autobots or the Decepticons? And, a lot of them don't understand this. And they think, well, if you're against Decepticons, you're against the whole trans community. Guys, it's not that hard, I mean, I love myself some Optimus Prime and everybody else, but I'm not.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, well, Bumblebee, he's kind of annoying, but that's neither here nor there. But like Megatron, Unicron, anybody with Tron in their name, I mean, that's going to be bad news. So those kinds of trans people, listen, they got no business with Senator. I'll just say that. So, that's really all it is. I just want space without the Ace, and I want trans but without the Decepticons. I mean, that's all there is to it.
All right.
I think
Thank
that's
you.
really nice. I'm really glad to meet somebody with my affinity for such a passionate hatred of ace people. I see them, they're like germs, parasites, reproducing asexually, and I think that's really emblematic of what they are, because they're an infection on society, gonna take over the planet, and we gotta remove them with force. We've got to use weapons of mass destruction, which is why I've been trying to make this movement. I've been pushing it on the hashtag Mace the Ace.
Yeah, Mace. That's a great hashtag. I'm gonna circle down with you on that one. I love that. That's a great initiative. And you are so right, because historically speaking, these aces have been terrorizing people. Look at the bubonic plague, right? I mean, look at cholera, look at syphilis, all that stuff. Asexual reproduction, mitosis. Hello, I mean, it's that simple, and people aren't opening their eyes. They think, oh, well, ace sounds like a pretty cool thing. I want to identify as ace. No, you don't, because as soon as you start reproducing like them, you're no different than the plague. You're no different than chlamydia. You might as well live on some sort of public bathroom toilet stall, because that's what you're like. I mean, I don't want to degrade myself like that. I don't want my kids degrading themselves like that. My kids are going to reproduce through meiosis like every normal person out there. They're not going to be a virus. They're not going to be a paramecium or an amoeba, okay? That's just, we got to stand for food values.
Oh yeah, I like, it always irks me the way they talk about how, being asexual is natural. Excuse me, how come you're mammals, like, right?
Yeah.
Most of them either, like, they all give live birth except for platypi mostly. And then you claim to be an asexual. What are you gonna do? You do a goddamn mitosis?
Yeah, there's nothing natural about that. I mean, all these people saying it's natural, they've never played Ocarina of Time.
Get your. I just saying, get your mitochondria out of my face.
Yeah, well, it's like Ocarina of Time, right? We've all played Ocarina of Time. The water level.
I didn't.
Who's the boss? Well, okay,
I didn't play that one.
I played Majora's Mask.
Yeah, that's not the same. Well, tell us about Ocarina of Time and how it relates to asexuals.
So for all you gamer geeks out there, okay, so spoiler alert, Water Temple, which probably like 99% of anybody who's ever played has never beaten so hard. But the boss is an amoeba, right? Let me tell you, if natural order of things allowed for asexuals, then why do they have an amoeba as a boss? That's a bad guy. They're obviously sending a message that asexuality is wrong. Because if Link's not asexual, he's fighting the asexual, okay? I mean, it's as simple as that. If you're a gamer geek, you can't be an asexual. Otherwise, you might as well hate on Link. You might as well hate on Zelda, and that's not cool.
Yeah, that's not cool.
That reminds me of the Game Theory episode where they were trying to find out how long Link's penis was. And the reason they were trying to find that out is because he wanted to get some of Zelda's badonkadonk. And that would be the only reason he would use it. So, of course, he reproduces like a normal person.
Of course. Well, I'm not surprised by that, because all the fanfics that I've researched on fanfiction.net, I mean, they point to the exact same thing you're talking about. And see, I've looked into all of them, from the Vor ones to the Unbirthing, and it's all pointing to the same situation that you're talking about. I mean, there's no way that Link would be able to do that. I mean, he's not Naruto, okay? There's a difference here, and we gotta respect our traditional values. And so, all you gamer geeks out there, if you're gonna stand for gamers everywhere, you gotta drop the ace. Put the ace in their separate space. Mace the aces.
Exactly.
All right, I think we've made a good case for gamers against asexuals and destroying their what's the term when they indefinite
Meiosis?
reproduction or something like that. No, no, when they
Asexual
just
reproduction.
when the cell divides in half and then the cell divides in half again.
I think, yeah, that's the
Mitosis?
most disgusting thing an ace person could
Yeah.
do. Because I walked in on one of them doing that once, and they were like halfway through it, and they were,
Yeah, it
it's
was just too
disgusting.
big, two people
Ah,
merged together, and you're
Yeah.
like, you think this is a public park? You think you can become two people in
Yeah,
a
that's just
public park?
gross. And he
Yeah,
starts like crawling up to me with like 3 hands and like 5 feet, and I'm like, no, get away from me. Finish what you're doing before you come over here.
exactly.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like the homeless, reaching out to you and trying to grab as much. Especially, that's what we got to watch out is like homeless asexuals because they're already trying to grab your food. What happens when they grow 3 arms and they're reaching in there? I mean, I'm telling you, we got to protect our traditional values. But I didn't come on here. I got to tell you guys, I didn't come on here to be negative about all this stuff. I didn't want to
Alright,
neg you guys out. It is Christmas tomorrow or Christmas Eve, and I want to be positive for right now because I want to mention that Tumblr is such a great place for this discourse. I mean, so many great ideas are being spread. I'm sure you guys saw if you recently follow my blog, Adabisi Fet, the famous
Oh,
killer
yeah.
man who's a big black nationalist.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know
Yeah.
him.
He was promoting the idea that white people like to go to Africa to kill things because Africa represents diversity, and white people hate diversity because we're pretty much like living vampires. We got to suck the life out of everything. So
Yeah, I
of
think
course-
I think his own words were that it's like a representation of the bounty of life or something like that. And I gotta disagree. I haven't seen, if you look at pictures in Africa, most you see like all those wide open savannas and those deserts. I don't know. I don't think anything's alive over there. I don't even think there's anything in Africa. I think it's empty.
Whenever I look at
Well, you-
Africa, I immediately zoom in on the Sahara Desert, and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think of it as a metaphor, right? I mean, it's just a metaphor for the diversity. Because I mean, like, think about all the diversity in Africa. You got sand, you got all sorts of different kinds of sand, right? And then on top of that, you got all sorts of different kinds of dead shrubs and dead grass. I mean, yeah, maybe it's not alive, but
And
you
dead
got
trees.
the diversity.
Yeah.
And dead trees, but they were once alive, and because they were once alive, I mean, that matters. That has real value.
Well,
And,
they
you know,
probably
they're-
were alive until white people killed them. Don't you remember colonialism?
Exactly, and that's why I wanted to reach out to Adebisi because he's on to something.
I see.
He's recognizing that white people had a role in Africa, and we were very proud of that role, of killing everyone. And he's right. We didn't finish a job. So what we need to do, that's why I put the BizKit together, where we need to nuke the Congo. Because if you look, everybody knows the Congo has all the resources in Africa. They got all the diversity. If we really want to do our job and kill off the Africans like we were supposed to do in the 19th century, we gotta nuke the Congo. And so I just wanna recommend to everybody, if you want to solutioneer Africa, find the nuclear codes, find the football, get President Trump on there, and the first thing we gotta do, nuke the Congo. It's gonna make everybody happier.
You know what? You've inspired me. After this podcast, I'm gonna go right over to the Congo myself and ask them how I can overload the reactor.
Exactly.
The combo's 666.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know that.
it's
I don't even need to ask.
Exactly. And so if we can leverage that sort of capability, then we can nuke, once we nuke the Congo, then we can go after every other African country, one nuke at a time. And it's just gonna open up diversity in new ways. I mean, think about it this way, right? Because with the radiation, you got radiation causing mutation. And mutation is just another sciencey word for change. So we're promoting diversity by creating, mutations in the survivors. And this is great because this promotes diversity for all the survivors out there. And so white people, not only do we kill off everything, but the things that survive, we're creating greater diversity. And that's just something we need to cherish, this coming Christmas.
All right. I can appreciate that. Well, I just hope that Adebisi Fet is his ACDC Fed or whatever his name is. I just hope he's willing to work with us towards this common goal of, just finally sinking Africa into the ocean.
Oh yeah, well, I think I've watched enough JoJo to know what he's going to do. So
what's he gonna do?
Well, I think what we've got to do is we've got to leverage his ability to use poison rings, and we got to fight with him on top of some spikes. So I'm looking for some Hamon users right now. If I can find it, if you guys are listening right now, if you're Hamon aficionados, please contact me. I'll put you into into contact with them, and we can go from there.
If we've got any masters of the Ripple out there, make sure to contact the senator on his blog. Let's talk Christmas time, guys. Christmas is coming up. Now, by the time this episode will have gone out on the 27th, it will have passed us by. So what do you guys want from Christmas, and what do you expect to see in the new year? Personally, I want Diablo 3.
Well, Pat, I'll let you go first because I don't want to take too much time here. So.
Oh yeah, you go ahead, Pat. You haven't spoken in a while. All right, Pat. I think Pat's dead.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Hold
okay.
on.
Well,
I know what I want for Christmas. I want, a kettlebell and 2 dumbbells because I want a bulk so I can donut hole Rot and punch a big hole in his chest.
Oh, do you know what I want for Christmas?
What?
I'm gonna link it in the Skype chat, and what I want is for you to. I want you to make the thumbnail of this episode, and it's something I've had a large interest in for a while, and maybe it's because I'm a raging autist, but I want this weighted party pizza.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
The weighted party pizza is great.
I want the weighted party pizza. That's what I want. I want to just bake. I want to bake myself into a good old autism pizza, like I was born to do.
I was thinking.
Oh my god!
What do you think of that, Pat?
So, where do you get these party pizzas?
You can buy them. You can buy them at autismproducts.com. Only downside, I don't think they're edible.
Oh damn! You think I can leverage the autistic community to go against the ACE community? Because these pizzas, I'm sure if I jerry-rig them a few times, might be able to leverage.
Well, I don't know. They're a mysterious bunch. All I know about them is that they use 4chan, and they apparently live on a pizza, like anchovies.
Well, did I ever tell you? I tried to leverage the autistic community one time. You've heard of what is the VR?
Autism Speaks?
Well,
VR Autism Speaks, Pat? What are you talking about?
Virtual reality Autism Speaks?
Yes. Well, we call it the autistic. What is the Autisticulus Rift? It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but what it does is, in order to control autistic people, it flashes these virtual reality images of trains directly into their minds to stimulate, cognitive initiative, so that you can kind of guide them to where you want them to go, showing them the right train at the right time. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a sort of shock, I guess you could call it like a shock troop of autistics using this Austiculus Rift. If you want, I can link you to it, but I think there's a lot of opportunities that can be exploited there, and especially with this weighted pizza party. I've been looking for some weight training for these autistic kids, because I know they need to bulk up. We've been keeping them in hug boxes, but the hug boxes aren't really helping them with that strength training. But with a weighted pizza party, I think with this extra weight, if we provide that with a hug box, then we can help them bulk up and help give them an extra edge against these aces. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I think that's something that the actual Senator Armstrong did, only he did it with South American kids that were homeless.
Pat, I told you.
Yeah.
I explicitly told you before we went on air not to use the A word around our guest.
Oh,
and
no,
because I understand that puts him in a difficult place.
What was that, his dad?
No, that's not his dad. It's not important who it is.
Was that
It's not
who
him.
he was demiurged from? Asexual?
It's not. I apologize, Senator.
Demiurge can't be used as a verb.
I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. I might have to file a lawsuit against you guys, but I can't make any promises.
No,
But-
come on. You know he didn't mean nothing by it. Come on.
Well, no, I mean you guys are lucky because I do have the field statement in force, and so in doing that, I can't let my feels get in the way. So, I'm gonna let this one slide this time. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No,
I'm
it's-
gonna hope that Pat can keep his big dumb stupid mouth shut.
Yeah, you
So, like-
big galoot stripping over your own 2 feet. You shut up. I don't care what you have to say. I'll say whatever I want.
We're not trying to offend anybody here, okay? We're just trying to work out a plan to use autistic children as child soldiers with pizza, so that we can finally wipe out asexuals once and for all. Okay? We're trying to. That's not even about this. We're talking about Christmas, okay? What do you want for Christmas, Pat? You want a knuckle sandwich?
No, I want to give you a knuckle sandwich, big boy.
Oh, you want to give me a knuckle sandwich, huh? You think you can give me a knuckle?
Yeah, I'm gonna return your gift in full to your face.
Yeah, the only thing I'm gonna turn is the other cheek right now because I know that Santa Claus is watching. And I don't
Who
wanna
cares
look-
if hey, buddy, Santa isn't real.
You fucking take that back.
No.
He's real. He's real. And I sat on his lap and I told him I wanted Diablo 3.
You know what? Maybe he is real, but I think I'm gonna go up there and kill him. Hey Santa, I know you're listening, 'cause you always are. There's 2 things I'd like you to know. Your address, and I own a firearm.
You'd like him to know his own address.
Yeah.
Didn't we make this joke last time?
Shut up! That was... Now everybody's gonna know I reuse jokes. Oh, now everybody's gonna know I'm a hack. Speaking of reused jokes,
I think you should. Hey, Santa Claus, if you're listening, I think you should get Pat a new joke book for Christmas.
hey Nerd Crusher, do you think there's anything you might have seen, I don't know, on the internet that might have inspired that name?
Actually, he told me before this that he had this as his name for like a year now. It's actually weirdly pure coincidence.
I actually trademarked it before you guys, so I might be needing to get those royalties for the Zimbabwean dollar. From
Okay,
you guys.
listen. Okay, we invited you on here as our guest, and you've threatened to sue us 3 times, and I just saying, we're just trying to be friendly, trying to have a little Christmas party between the 3 of us here, because
No,
it is.
I understand that.
Yeah, because it is Christmas
what's
Eve.
What's a little bit of lawsuits between friends? I'm not sick of the hiring and firing squads on you guys. I'm not sick of the cloud final solution on you guys. I mean, it's all it is. I'm just saying it's business, right? So, I just want my Zimbabwean currency because I'm trying to build a little money pit, and there's nothing like the Zimbabwean currency. It's just the way it feels, and it's like the diversity in Africa, right? You got these rotting bills. You've got way too many of them, and they're overinflated. That's not I'm not.
I can see how inflated money would be nice to make a bet out of. Yeah, it's nice and poofy.
Oh yeah, it's great, and it really ties things in with the inflation fetish community on DeviantArt. In fact, usually when I'm commissioning some of those artists for special fan art, I like to pay them in the Zimbabwean dollars because it kind of resonates. But that being said, I'm just trying to make a little bit of money here so I can reach out to my community in DeviantArt and leverage their creativity. And so that's where I'm coming from.
I heard the Zimbabwean dollar is actually so inflated that you can use it like a hot air balloon and fly it to your destination to pay the person you need to pay to get the job done.
Oh, that's an interesting concept.
That's how they're doing those mobile African payments right now. They talk about this telecom system where people are paying with their phones, but really it's just using the Zimbabwean dollar as a hot air balloon. They just send one African up there, and he just drops phones on people. So I mean, it's a way of the future, if you ask me. Africa is doing some amazing things
And that's why I just want to thank Adabisi Pet, Mubs Online, for their great work. You know, if they can continue doing this with their sort of campaigns and the We Was Kings campaign, you know, imagine that sort of hot air balloon technology brought to the States with these African kings working with us. You know, you ask me, the opportunities are limited. So I'm happy.
All right. Actually, do you think about it now that it's Christmas? Do you think that maybe we could get the big man in red, offer him a new flight solution to his problems? Maybe the reindeer are a bit aging, a bit lame. You think maybe he'd like to fly on the inflated Zimbabwe Dollar Express?
That's true. You know, I never thought about that. I was actually thinking about building a Segway sled, but I like your idea a little bit better. You know, that way we can kind of spread this whole We Was Kings campaign to Santa. And I've been looking for a way to incorporate his brand into our brand and call ourselves Sanator through the Christmas season. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Are you like trying to come up with some sort of We Were Claus kind of thing, or We Was Kris Kringle?
Yeah, we were Kringles. We were Kringles, exactly. So.
Actually, we got a question in from an anon about for the podcast, and I think this might inspire like a neat little business idea with you, Senator, that you could maybe profit off of.
Sure.
Podcast question: if we lived in an AU where foreskin regrew over time like fingernails, do you think it would be a viable substitute for cowhide leather?
Well, I mean, that all depends on if you're using the smegma system, right? I mean, everything goes back to the smegma system.
Oh, yeah.
As I've told all my solutioneers, if you want to have a 100% system for success solutions, you got to use the smegma system. And I like this guy's idea with the AU with regrowable foreskin, right? If you're thinking about foreskin farms, I mean, what better way to put the smegma system into effect? Because in that sort of situation where you got these foreskin farms, you can literally wake up and smell the smegma. It doesn't get any more real than that. So I think it's great.
I think it's actually a very progressive idea as well. Because it appeals both to vegans who will be very happy in their new stylish foreskin jackets that they won't have to live in style by profiting off of the suffering of cows, but also to the sort of feminist crowd, and that'd offer a lot of job opportunities within them. They can finally cut off dicks and at least parts of them of men that they've wanted to do for years.
Oh yeah. Well, and then don't forget about the Indian community. I mean, they consider cows sacred, and what better way than to honor their sort of beliefs than by helping their call centers, create cubicles out of foreskins, create business suits out of foreskins. I mean, think about the Indian community. They're already making, soap out of cow dung. What about making soap out of smegma? I mean, this is going to open up opportunities all over. Congrats. I want to just say props to you, Anon. And I encourage all of our other fellow solutioners to keep on sending in some asks and your questions. So thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that was a good one.
I just want to input
Hey, Pat,
something.
what do you want for Christmas?
I just want some intelligent input to that. I thought when he said AU, I thought he was talking about Australia.
Is that
I thought he was talking about some
meant?
Australian universe where Australians regrew their foreskin.
Well, I mean, I guess we could outsource it.
I mean, I guess we could use Australians as like foreskin cattle.
Oh yeah, I mean,
foreskin slaves.
they're already conveniently segregated from the rest of the civilized world.
That's certainly true. One person you could ask about that. Have you talked to Baron XVI?
I know of him. He's a good buddy.
Well, I believe he lives in Melbourne, so he might be the.
So you think he might be our foot in the door?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it'd be great to reach out to him to see if he'd be a smegma guinea pig for us.
All right, well, Baron XVI, as you're hearing this on the 27th, probably, I assume you listen to this, we're coming for you. We're coming for your foreskin.
Exactly.
All right, pal, what do you want for Christmas?
want you to treat me like a human being. And I want you to stop calling me an asshole.
No. Okay, listen. I said.
Oh, you want to fight about this now? Oh, I see how it is. Oh, come on. Come on, go. Come at me. Come on, go. Come on, do it. That's right.
No.
Back down. Because
No,
I'm not an asshole. I'm very polite.
Well,
my mom calls me a gentleman.
You gotta stand up for yourself, brother. Are you gonna let him bully you like this? I mean, this is a
Listen.
classic instance of cyberbullying. You know?
Okay.
Am I nerd crushing you, Rod?
I just want
Yeah.
I just want to defend myself here. I was talking to Pat, and he loves doing this thing where he pretends that I'm using reverse psychology on him, so he doesn't have to do what I tell him to.
Well,
he doesn't.
he is using reverse psychology on me. He's really smart. He's in
No,
college.
no,
so
I'm
that
not,
means
I'm
he's
not.
always
I-
using reverse psychology.
No, I say something, and I'm like, hey, Pat, can you do this? And he's like, oh, Rod says he wants me to do this, which just means that he doesn't want me to do this.
No, I sound
And,
much more tired than that.
Gee, Rod wants me to do this, but I think he really doesn't want me to do this.
No, the spacing between my words is much longer than that.
Gee, Rod wants me to do this, so he must want me to not do this.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah, that's good.
Well,
That's me.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he does that, and then I say he likes being an asshole because he does that every single time. I don't even think he's concerned with what I want. I think he's just concerned with doing what he wants.
You know, next time he does this, and this is just from my advice as being the original Nerd Crusher. You know, no offense to Pat,
Original.
but you know,
Faker.
You're really gonna regret saying that.
Oh, you
you've got him.
faker.
Oh,
Listen,
you've got
you-
him mad
you don't-
now.
You're
you
not
wanna
even
get
good
involved
enough to
in
be
this.
my
Oh,
fake.
you got him. Oh, Pat, come on.
I've been crushing nerds since
Come on,
the days
he
of
didn't-
Neopets.
Oh,
Pat, he didn't-
you
he
think you
didn't-
have, really?
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ! I've lost
That's
all
right.
control of this podcast.
Yeah,
No,
you have.
it's all over now. I'm going after your RuneScape accounts. I'm going after all your Gaia Online accounts. I'm gonna take all your Habbo for
I'm
you.
gonna take your
Okay.
computer. I'm gonna take your computer monitors. I'm gonna take your cat. I'm gonna take your sunglasses.
Oh God!
Come on,
I'm gonna
take-
take
no-
your boxers.
You gotta
You know,
take his
I'm ready for you. I got my Nerf guns ready.
boxers.
You know, it's Nerf or nothing, fool. So come on over. Come and take it.
Well, I think the advertisement just
sweat on
goes, "It's Nerf."
It's
I'm
Nerf
gonna
or
take you to the curb and crush you. Nerf guns don't have an effect on me. I'm
Guys,
bulletproof.
come on! Santa Claus is listening to this
I don't care
podcast.
about Santa Claus. He's
Well, you're
dumb.
gonna get cold in your stocking.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do
and then I'm
wearing
gonna
cold
take the
socks?
stocking off the mantle and I'm gonna whack you with it.
What?
Well, you guys can keep your cold stockings. I like my stockings warm. So, Stan, if you're hearing this, I'd like to disavow any sort of violent tendencies I might have expressed with Pat and Rod over here. And I'd like to start off with a clean slate. I will admit I'm trying to get some more Filipinos who are leveraging international talent. So if you could send them, preferably in form of being cooped up inside of a stocking, I would very much appreciate it. I'm looking for a few of those guys, and if you can throw also a few Eskimos in there, we're trying to reach into the Alaskan talent pool, and I think that'd be
You know what? Father,
Alright.
Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Santa Claus, if you're listening, I want you to put a block of lead in my stocking. I want to hit the senator with it.
Are you
Pat,
hitting on
come
me, sir? I'm sorry, but
Hey guys, let's talk about something nice. Did you hear Tracer's gay? Okay, that brings us into our next topic, which is very clumsily, where somebody asked us, how come everybody makes everything into an issue that you have to be either for or against? And this is sort of mirrored in the whole SJW, anti-SJW debacle, community. What do you guys think about that?
do you want me to answer in character, or do you want me to give you an honest answer for once? 'Cause,
You know what? Let's hear an honest answer from the senator.
Okay. I mean, if you ask me, right, I think it just comes along with the environment being on the internet. like everything. If you look at everything from Jesus, like from video games to politics to social issues, everything is like pigeonholed into either being for or against just because of what's popular, what becomes controversial, and what gets most attention, right? And so, I mean, we try and talk about all of these different, having a constructive discourse and a constructive conversation about these things. But it never happens because nobody's really interested in that. They just want to see drama and they want to see controversy. I mean, that's why Keemstar got so popular, and that's why you have like all of these like joke YouTube channels like Leafy for a while, right? And so, I mean, in that sort of environment, where can you actually have a civil conversation? You know?
I think that to some extent that's why we're popular, is because like people do want to see others, like most people just want to see other people mess up because it's really funny, and I think that's fine if you're using that from like a humorous context, but like to like leverage that into like some sort of actual, like pretend that's like an actual argument or something like that, then I just like it doesn't ever end well, and it doesn't make anybody look good.
And it's not just that, but it's like when people, I feel like a lot of people are disingenuous, especially on Tumblr, where we try and talk about having a creative discourse, and really all we want to do is create our own echo chambers. I mean, like all the stupid shit that I do on my blog, right? Whether it's making fun of asexuals or transgender people or like this black nationalism movement and all this stupid shit, it's not like the ideologies themselves. It's the fact that nobody wants to have a conversation. And it's like, are you fucking serious? You want to talk about white people trying to wipe out Africa because it's like, well, now you can't. Why even talk to white people at all? Why even like deal with them? Why even live with white people? Why not just like segregate yourselves? Because you're not interested in that sort of dialogue. And so, like in an environment like that, how can you possibly have any sort of discourse? And I think if we're gonna be comedians, and if we really want to create something that's constructive, the things we have to make fun of is all these attempts by people to try and divide other people, and we have to make fun of like that sort of those kinds of attempts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of
sense.
Like
it's more important to make fun of people who like actively want to derail conversations than people who hold one side or another on an opinion.
Yeah.
Right. Like people that aren't even interested in the conversation, they just want to promote what they believe, right?
Yeah. What do you think, Pat?
I was going to agree with something he said. There was the resurgence of that Black Panther movement sometime in August, and they wanted to create a black ethno-state in the southeast of the U.S.
I didn't see that one.
I saw that. That's like one of their like end goals, and it was retarded. It's like as stupid as like the Klan saying we're going to cleanse all other races from America. I mean, they're like the polar opposites of each other, of course. Yeah. It's kind of like that herd mentality, you got going on where you have to be on one side or the other. I mean, of course, it's obviously not like that, but, on, when you have those kinds of, groups, like, you said, anti-SJWs, SJWs, you got, you're with us or you're with the terrorists. I think George Bush put it best. And I think I could leave it at that. Because Senator really summed it up well, and he said everything I really agreed with already.
To quote the perennial leader George Bush, I do believe that man and fish can coexist. Something like that. Actually, that reminds me. Somebody got on my ass because I laughed at somebody who was using a statistic that cited a study with a broken link that said that in 2008 there were 19,000 or so black on white rapes and 0 white on black rapes, and I was like, well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And it's like, well, you think facts are racist? And I'm like, I don't think that's facts. The fucking link is
0 to link, like thousands is accurate.
Like I typed in laboriously the HTTP link to the specific file on like where it would have been. And it wasn't there. And then I looked for it, and I found it on this is probably a bad sign for the people citing this study. There's a JewAmongYou.com, and and it was cited with five other studies from the same source, claiming there have also been 0 black rapes from 2003 all the way up to 2008. So.
Over the span of 5 years, nobody has done it. Wow.
Nobody even thought about it. Nobody did it once.
It was.
Oh my god.
We were just really good those 5 years. It was a good run. You know, we were feeling really pure about it.
I love, like, there are people who will genuinely believe that.
Well, you know, they had that 5th anniversary party where they, you know, it was like a 5th anniversary of not raping any black people, and all the white people came out and celebrated.
Yeah, and they all got drunk, and then they accidentally raped somebody.
Year. And then, like, yeah, there's like, they're having like a big office party, all of the white people. They're having a big office party. That was somebody closing a door behind me. I don't know who that was.
Well, I think that was Tom. I thought
Thomas,
somebody
is that
was,
you?
Shooting their way into your house.
Thomas, is that you? Well, it's somebody using the toilet. Edit that out.
No, I'm keeping that in.
Yeah. Edit this out.
I'm keeping Rock getting shot in.
Yeah, I got shot. I wish. But anyway, there's like, they're having a big party, and then they all get drunk, and then like they wake up and they're like, one of them's in bed with a black woman, and they're like, no, 5 years down the drain.
Yeah, and somebody has to like climb a ladder and like take the numbers off. We've gone this many days without raping a black person and set it back to 0.
But there's like a huge debate in it, because like the black woman who was claiming that it was that she was being raped was one of those like crazy SJW feminists that believe that like if you get drunk and you have sex with somebody and then you wake up the next day and they're not as hot as you thought they were, then that's rape. And so, like,
it's fine. We'll count it as 0.5 in the 2009 survey. But anyway, it's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me that there are people who are like you said, they're not trying to have a conversation, and they're not trying to actually be proven right or proven wrong. You know, there's like an old saying that says, "He who knows never learns."
Right.
And that's like a good example of that. Because that's somebody who's like not trying to like learn. They have such a confirmation bias that they see 4 studies all citing like this ridiculous claim that there was like 0 instances of that crime in like a period of 5 years, and they don't think that the survey's methodology was flawed or anything like that. They think, oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, they don't have like that critical thinking that like goes off and they're like, oh, that's kind of suspicious. I think you think that'd have happened. No, it just doesn't fire off for them. It's like they just believe it immediately. It's like that Alex Jones thing we were talking about last time, where if somebody disagrees with you,
guys.
They, go ahead.
You know, they tell you Google it, and then when you can't find it on Google, or you find it on some like really obscure site that isn't really trustworthy, they're like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they don't want you to Google it and research it and try and see for yourself. They want you to believe it.
Yeah, they want you to go to a specific site that they saw that agreed with them.
And then they want you to agree with that.
Huh?
Then they want you to agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was... Oh, man. Oh, wow. Well, I don't know. It's kind of funny because those people... It's like Sargon of Akkad. He's a fucking crazy person. I love him so much. He's such a moron. Like all those like anti-SJW YouTubers, you know him. Amazing Atheist. Oh yeah, welcome back. Amazing Atheist and like all those other like morons. And then there was like Sargon of Akkad, who is such like a loser, like such a moron that like he like claimed the one in like 5 statistic was false, and it is dishonest because it was just done to represent that campus, but like it wasn't meant to be used on like a national scale.
Yeah.
And he claimed that was wrong because it was a survey, and then cited another source that claimed the number was closer to 1 in 1,000. And that source is also a survey.
It's like
So-
he sees them doing something wrong, and then he does exactly what they did, only confirming his side.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's like there was like a really funny video on it, and it was like he like didn't read anything of it, and I think that's like one of the most important like parts to notice out of this whole debacle of people wanting to argue without like actually having arguments or trying to like educate people or like show anything is because that they don't have any patience. And Sargon of Akkad's
Yeah.
a perfect example because he didn't actually read the survey he cited. Otherwise, he would have seen it was a survey.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
you know-
when they send you like a link. Like I can't tell you how many times I've been sent like a link and they're like, "Here, read this, and then you'll understand." And then I
Read
ask them
this.
if they,
Did you,
then they haven't
did
even
you
read
read
it
this?
themselves.
I skimmed it. I
Yeah.
skimmed it, and now I'm woke.
Yeah, I skimmed
Well,
it and I saw black people bad, and now I know.
Well, it makes it hard though, because I mean, in a lot of different circumstances, especially here in the U.S., you've got think tanks on both sides, whether it's like the Southern Poverty Law Center or the Heritage Foundation, and like really they're just like glorified research mills looking into whatever their side is interested in and then coming up with evidence to support it. And so like part of the reason why you can never get anywhere, especially here in the US, I mean I can't speak obviously for other countries, but like when you have all these different sorts of research centers coming up with their own information, how can you agree on anything?
Mm.
I mean, like another great example is like fracking, right? Because
Mhm.
there's some studies that show like how fracking is really bad for the environment, and then other ones that are showing that there's no evidence that's conclusive for anything. And it's like it's really difficult to make an educated to come up with an educated sort of position, because you can never really be sure, and unless you have the like hours of time in your day to just pour over all of these different sorts of research articles.
Oh yeah,
just-
and
no.
unless that's like a part of your job, then like you're not gonna do that because like who has like the time of day? I mean, I do, but I'm lazy. But who has the time of day to just sit down and read like a research paper? I barely even read the research that I cite in my papers for school.
You Sargon of Akkad.
No. You see what I do is I go to a page and then I read that and I take a quote from that page and I put it in.
And then I
And it's-
control
and
that
it's not-
black people
it's not-
are bad, and I see if it
control-
supports me.
Yeah, I wrote a film study paper on why black people are awful. Um,
What were your sources, like Stormfront?
yeah.
Poll.
Uh,
I was on 8chan, and I'm gonna cite this thread that's been down for a month now.
could you imagine somebody like trying to cite like a Chan board like thread?
All of the links are
Like-
dead. All of the threads have been
Uh,
gone for months.
Now most of your sources are pretty good, but it looks like this one here has been saged.
It looks like you didn't bump it enough. I'm sorry. You failed.
You failed. You failed the class, you idiot.
You're getting expelled. Your expulsion is immediate. You have to get out of here.
Let him
There's a
be-
bomb strapped to your chest and it's gonna blow up if you don't get out of here quick enough.
Well,
also,
they're gonna get rid of MLA and replace it with Reddit.
also, Senator
so-
Julie says hi.
Oh hey, what's going on, Julie?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Bussy. Bussy boppin'.
Bop.
Lucy. Okay.
That's what I want for Christmas. A big pile of bussy under my tree.
I want bop it under my tree.
I actually found.
I want to bop it. I want to bop it for Christmas.
Speaking of which,
I
I
did get
found
bought
what
it
I
for
wanted
Christmas.
for Christmas, and here I'll link it to you guys.
All right, well, let's don't break the budget or anything. Just saying.
Oh, of course not.
Burger Cat.
Burger
Burger
Cat.
Cat.
Oh, it's
Cat Burger.
no.
CC.
Now I'm feeling really divided here because part of me wants this to be the thumbnail.
What is it of?
It's a. Didn't you click the link?
No, I gotta record.
It's of a cat with a butt. That the butt is a hamburger, and it says "Shut up and eat my burger." Hey, buddy, it's 6:03.
Okay, what's going on?
Filming a podcast. You're on it now.
That's it. And that's it. And that's it. And that picture probably got unpublished today.
Oh, that sucks.
Your brother is a saint. God bless him.
Edit that out.
No,
Oh god.
I refuse.
It's funny because last time I said it as a joke, and this time I'm actually pleading with you.
No, you're not gonna get what you want. Hey, Ron, I think you're using reverse psychology.
Hey, Pat, leave this part in.
Yeah, I agree. This is a really good part. I'm gonna leave it in.
No, I was using reverse psychology on you.
Yeah, you just want me to think you're using reverse psychology because you're using reverse psychology on me.
I hate you.
Yeah, me too.
Man, I don't know why, but now I'm just scrolling through this, like, more from this person.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
enamored by this. I want to see. Whoa, is that a hot dog butt?
There's another cat with like a
Did you see the
So-
Garfield
so-
one?
there's a salad butt cat.
Whoa, is that Garfield with a lasagna butt?
There's breakfast butt. Why is there so much butts with like cat butt food?
I don't know.
Mm.
An eyeless Siamese cat with boobs and also blueberry pancake butt.
I sure do hate when I wake up on Mondays and there's a lasagna conjoined with my behind. That's Garfield. That's not Garf.
God.
Garfield,
guys
what are you
seen
doing?
that,
I'm eating my ass, John.
On Twitter.
Garfield talking about eating ass on Twitter.
Why does it look like if Garfield was alive today, he'd be talking about eating ass on Twitter?
Oh. Garfield, we're alive today. What happened to him? What happened to Garfield?
He ate his ass. And died. Blood loss.
he got botulism from eating his own ass. God, that's really funny.
I'm keeping this in.
Please do. This is the only good part. Oh, Lord. Then this one's a picture of the eyeless Siamese cat with boobs again, and it says, "Good girl, Bexy. Tell your daddy where is his delicious steak with red wine sauce. I think I know where it is. Where do you guys think it is? It's in her butt. Make butt burger cat the thumbnail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there is Garfield. I found him.
Yeah, Garfield and Lasaga.
He's drunk and there's like brown like pudding all over him and he's bleeding out of his nose. And there's a
Garfield really
Lasaga.
did die.
Garfield's dead. Garfield had a stroke and died.
Boy, if he were alive today, you know what he'd be talking about?
What would Garfield be
Eating ass on
talking
Twitter.
Oh god, I found the sequel to Burger Cat. Hold on. There's Diet Burger Cat for you.
Maybe we could make a weighted training
Shut up
armor
and eat
pizza.
my
at the
special diet chicken burger with extra salad. That's a salad.
Oh, it's a diet burger now.
Yeah.
Wait, how can you make a
Well, you know-
diet burger?
I don't know.
Oh, it's chicken.
Well, we don't want. I guess we don't want to accept upset the fat accepting people. So.
We took the burger patty off of the burger, so now it's just
We're at a
lettuce,
burger.
tomato, and buns. Because you're California.
Why? Who does this? Like, I really don't understand this. Like,
I don't either.
is this like a fetish thing? Like eating a cat's butt, but it's also full of food?
Mm.
I don't think so. I think the person just thinks. Well, they might be like trying to cover up their fetish, but they say that it's for comedy or something.
Oh,
Right.
okay, this is for comedy because this looks really actually very funny.
Yeah.
Oh crap! No, the second link because I accidentally put a slash on that one when I was putting it in because it's like it kind of looks like one of those like CAD comics where people edit out dialogue and make it funnier because
Oh,
the
yeah.
punchline is just them making the most bizarre faces I've ever seen. Oh.
Oh god, this keeps getting better and better. Oh.
Man, we should have brought this up at the beginning.
Yeah, we should have brought. Yeah, how long have you wanted a pizza butt cat for Christmas?
Well, I asked my mommy for a pet for Christmas, but she screwed up the Christmas dinner, and she put the cat in there with it, and now my cat has a lasagna butt.
God. Oh, there's a sequel to Pizza Day. Oh my God.
There's a lot of these.
Yeah.
There's a huge amount of these.
Little girl gets lasagna butt cat for Christmas.
That is so weird. That pizza was too spicy. It just got sucked into my butt. Oh my God, Pat! Like you said, there's like here's a cat with like fried chicken. Apparently it's fried chicken, but it looks like a roast turkey up their butt. I want 4 fried chickens and a Coke.
What have we done?
I don't know. This is how you do a podcast for real. Is you start talking about real stuff, and then after a certain amount of time,
it evolves into shit with cat.
You just lose your mind.
I think I like this better, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I might edit this out, but I like the part where we all got into character and we all started fighting, and I said I was going to hit the senator with a block of lead in my stocking. That was good. I mean, I'm surprised nobody laughed during that, so that's going to be really good. Because we never broke.
Honestly, most of the time when Senator was going on earlier, I had to choke myself so I wouldn't start laughing.
I mean,
like that. I don't know how you do that. That stuff's genius.
Remember when you asked me what I wanted for Christmas and I didn't respond and you thought I was dead? I had to have the mic muted because I didn't want anybody to hear me laughing. I mean, I wanted the senator to actually be heard, and if I kept laughing, then it was just going to be me laughing for a straight, 40 minutes.
No, I just try and practice deadpan, but now that we're talking about cats and shit, I guess that's just gone down the drain. But,
I don't know. How do you do that, man? How do you came up with some of that stuff on the spot? I don't even remember seeing that stuff on the blog sometimes.
Yeah, honestly, it's just because, it's funny, right? I've actually met SJWs in real life. I dated one, and it was just crazy because of the shit they would talk about. I remember this girl slept over, and the morning after, we had an argument. I think over hentai or something, because I was
I met YouTuber story time. I met an SJW and we argued over hentai.
Yeah.
Are you Steven Universe official?
Shut up. Hey.
I didn't know we had him on the podcast this time too.
God.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe we could get it on here sometime if he wants to.
Ooh.
Okay.
But yeah,
so
for some reason, I don't think we were arguing about hentai, and she got really angry about it, and she was saying, I was just saying, listen, I've been on Tumblr for a long time. I've seen some weird shit, and most of the time I just say, let these people have their fun. It could be a lot worse. And she was saying, no, we got to get these people integrated socially. The problem is they don't know how to talk to people in real life, and we need to get them off the internet and get them situated so they can have real girlfriends and they don't have to rely on an anime girlfriend.
Yo, shut up, Mom.
We need to get them 3D waifus.
Yeah, we need to get that autisticulous rift working on another level.
Oh God.
So yeah, and so obviously after that I just thought, there is so much bullshit that you have to deal with. And at the time, I was having to review different websites, and the reason why I've come up with all of this stupid disingenuous professional shit and gotten so good at it is because for hours at one of my older jobs, I would have to look at all these websites talking about the same thing, being we're the industry leaders in keystone solutions for the telecom industry, and we pride ourselves on creating 4-dimensional 3D models. And
4-dimensional 3D models, what?
Yeah.
Stuff that doesn't even make sense.
Exactly. And you read all this shit and you're what does this even mean? And so, having to deal with business and going to networking events, it's a taboo to talk about anything negative. You can only talk about positive stuff, because if you don't, you'll alienate people. And so I was thinking knowing how rabid Tumblr is about so many things, what would happen if you answered all of these angry discourse questions like one of those professional PR agencies for these big companies.
I see.
The idea, but it's it's hilarious because I haven't met anybody on there on Tumblr who actually has like a really good response against all that shit. Because the angrier you get them, the more positive you should be, because they don't know how to respond. Like all those trans people being like being sarcastic, like, thank you so much for marginalizing the trans community with your trans conversation. It's so good that you're making fun of the suffering that these people have to deal with, and it's obviously, they're obviously being sarcastic, but you just run with it, and it just makes it funnier that way. Like, yeah, you're welcome. We're so happy to take the suffering of the trans community and turn it into something positive. This is great for you guys, and thanks for your support. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do?
That's really fun. I think that's like the funniest thing to me is when you take like really angry people and then you just start messing with them. Like there was one thing that Bro Team said one time, when it's where, like, when you mess with people in video games, you have to say, like, you have to have a really stupid name when you do it. So like when somebody's really mad at you, they have to say like boop boop to goop bloop. Fucking stop doing that.
I mean, that's why my name's been Gaben's Leaked Nudes for the past 3 years.
Yeah. What's
with
mine
a
right
picture
now?
of Gaben's Leaked Nudes.
I just got lazy and I think mine is just Hurts Donut.
Hurts Donut.
Donut.
Yeah, it hurts donut.
Oh my god.
Oh, it hurts donut. Oh, that's actually good.
No, yeah, it's that old thing. It's like, you want a Hurts donut, and they're like, what's a Hurts donut? And then you punch them and you're like, Hurts donut.
That's so stupid.
Maybe
I
you're the
know.
real
Well,
nerd,
it's like an old school thing.
Yeah. No, it works. I do like the Gaben's Nudes thing, like imagining like playing what is it? Like playing Rust and having a raid.
Yeah. I think that's like I think the best example of like that thing where you just like make people really mad, like who are really mad look really dumb, is like, or it's like I haven't seen any studies supporting your position. And I'm like, well, go look up Dr. like Bofa, and it's like, well, I can't find his name. It's like, well, his papers are all published under Dr. Bofa D. Snuts. Yeah, that stuff always makes me laugh.
Oh man. Now, if you're into that, have you ever seen those Second Life trolling videos with Charles Firecaster and Esteban Winsmore? Yeah.
I saw. Is that what's his face? Is Britbong? Is that it?
Is he the one that does like he like pretends to be like the autistic kid or whatever?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, his are okay, but no, it's like the Charlie's thing is really really funny because he gets those. Like it doesn't take much to set those.
Oh no!
off.
You know what? It is shit. Are you talking about like? I know there's one guy, Daniel from SL. Is that him?
No, I'm talking about like Esteban Winsmore, like the guy who does like he does a weird accent and he looks kind of like an elf, and he goes into like these really weird places. Like he went into this fetish place, and like it was like one of those sexy voice chats, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, it's your turn. Try and see something sexy. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go up to the pussy, And they're like, oh yeah, go on. He's like, yeah, and I'm gonna get that pussy, And he's like, I'm gonna throw it up in the air, see if I can get a good crosswind on it, and then I'm gonna take a baseball bat and I'm gonna bat that pussy into a home run. And like all the people are just so confused, and they're just like, oh, okay. Does somebody else want to do this sexy talking?
I remember there was a really good one with Oni Plays where he found that guy who was like speaking in old English, and he was talking about honor and loyalty and stuff, and his internet girlfriend and everything.
Wait,
on Second Life.
hold on. What do you mean? What do you mean speaking in
Old English?
I mean, like, what do you mean by Old English? Do you mean the language Old English, like what? Like
thou.
Like, he was incorporating like words like thou into like his normal speaking, and like it didn't make sense because it was mixed in with like regular English that we use now.
That's not Old English. That's like
That's
like,
Tool English.
Not Middle English. Like Old English is like het we gadna in giadagum.
Oh, when
See,
it was
the
like
singing-
completely Germanic.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, I guess it was like the dialect brought over by the Angles and Saxons and Jutes and Frisians, and what it sort of became of the language after the invasion in 1410 or 410 AD. But like, yeah, you're talking about like archaisms. Yeah, I always think it's funny when people like bring like archaisms into like normal, like the whole lady thing, obviously, but like those sorts of people always say "tis" too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, and it doesn't make any sense because it's surrounded by like normal modern English, and then just out of nowhere they just pull that out as their wild card.
Yeah, tis lovely to see more girl gamers online. Yeah. Anyway, when we're talking about the Second Life trolling thing, if you want a good one, Daniel from SL is really good. I think you'd like him a lot because he like what he does is he always keeps like a very like calm demeanor, and whenever somebody like tells him he's doing whenever somebody tells him he's doing something wrong, he acts like he doesn't understand them. He just keeps like fucking around. Like he did like DayZ videos where he'd say, "Are you friendly?" And then it's like, and then like he'd try and kill them or whatever, and he's like, "I don't understand."
Oh god. You know, if you like him, you might also like. Have you heard of Cyber Daddy? Like,
No.
he's another guy. He just goes into people's houses and he invites all these people in and just starts an argument, saying like, you know, because in Second Life, if you go into people's houses, they get really angry for some reason. They're like, "You need to get out of my house,"
Yeah.
and so he just has a bunch of people flood in, and they start arguing with like the people that own it, and they're like, "No, this is our house. Like, what are you doing in my house?" And just like setting these people off, and like I think he shut down one place because he loaded it with too many people and it like lagged out or something. And like ended up just sabotaging the whole thing.
All right.
So yeah,
I guess this is the YouTube channel shout out part of the podcast, carried over from last time where I told everybody to go watch Slope's Game Room.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know.
I'm
We
really
could do that.
afraid
We could
now
do that.
The people, now that they know my name's Gabe and Sleek News, they're all gonna start sending me friend requests en masse.
Oh, how awful it must be to have lots of friends,
It's
Pat.
gonna be terrible.
Oh man, yeah.
Terrible.
I can't
It's a curse to be popular.
I hate it. What was
No, I
me, the
wish
center
I
of
couldn't help
attention?
Yeah, with all of those direct messages asking me about applying to jobs on Center. You know, though, it's so crazy because I remember one time I messaged one blog. It was like some weird feminist blog, and I asked them if they wanted a position, like an internship, on my blog, and they thought it was real. They're like, they were asking me like about the compensation and everything, and so like there's a lot of weird impressionable people on Tumblr.
How long did you keep that going on until she realized that?
I think I kept it on for 3 or 4 messages. We kept talking about it, and then I think she finally caught on and blocked me. Like she didn't discuss it anymore. She just blocked me.
Like she took one look at your posts and realized.
Yeah, she realized I'm just full of shit. Like, what kind of internship is gonna be talking about killing off asexuals? Like, what the fuck? How do you write that on in a resume?
War is a business.
So this week's Christian Channel podcast was brought to you by the Senator, and he's there. Say your goodbyes, friend.
Yeah, so I'd like to offer a synergistic salutations to all my fellow solutioneers, and wish you guys a happy holidays, a happy Crimbus, happy Monica, and everything else you guys celebrate. Thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Did you say Happy Monica?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Monica is a black girl, I know.
Well, happy Monica to her too.
Hold on, let me call up Monica and tell her that the senator said happy Christmas to her.
Happy Monica. I've never seen that. I never heard that one before. That's really funny. Anyway, I'm Rot, and this has been Green Channel Podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Say goodbye, Pat.
I'm Pat. I'm stuck in the pit still. Please help me out. Pit. I can't get out of this pit.